Hi everyone, so this is what I've been up to recently with this. I've been adding sprite integration and macros, just getting a start in them. So there'll be some built-in macros that do stuff for you. The one I've got working so far is this sprite macro. So it contains everything you need to basically draw a sprite to the screen. You can change the parameters here of the X and Y location, which will update, as you see here. Type in 50, that will update here. I'm going to make it update in real time, but for now it just updates once you collapse and expand again. You'll see the value change there. You can change which sprite it uses, 0 to 7. So I'm just going to do 0. And obviously we need to load in a sprite, so I've got that working. And I'm going to import just a sprite that I've made. Here's a little calibration sprite. It's just white. In fact, I've got a better one. Let's get my city cat one. So this contains all our sprites and it shows you in the relevant mode. Now this is tied to Spread64. It pulls in the data from those files because that's what I use. So it basically knows if something's multicolor or not, and it knows the background color and the sprite color and everything. So it's all contained there, and that all works quite nicely. So basically we need to just put in this value as the sprite that we're referring to, and we can choose which frame. So like if I want frame 35, I guess I just put in 35 in there, and that will update once I close and open that. Alright, so I'm just going to hit F5. And there we go. There's a sprite just there. It shows in white because that's just we've not coded the actual color that it should be, but it's there, and we can change that X position to something like 250. Can't go above 255 yet because I've not done the 9th-bit thing for wrapping it. So once it gets past 255, it needs to create a flag to know that it can go further. So yeah, I'll just give that a run just to show you that you can change the position quite easily. So it will just show in, didn't actually update. I wonder if I just need to refresh that way. There's a few things that I need to work out. There's a few bugs, that's probably one of them. And hopefully it moves. Yeah. So I just need to, I just get it to update in real time once you change up here to get it to update, because you have to like collapse and expand it. If it's not expanded, then that number is fine. You can do it that way. So just do it 160, and I'll change the sprite to 36. So it should be that one. It should move down there somewhere. There we go. The reason it's taken so long to load now is because it has to fill in a lot of blanks between the code here. So between here and here, it has to just do a whole lot of PRKs, like zeros, in the code just to reach that point, because that's the way PRGs work apparently. Until I do a different file type. I'm not sure if that's just the way it works when you load. It's what I've been finding out the more I read into it. You can see here, this is your sprite, is where it's used up. It's actually 64 sprites. It's not just one sprite. So 64 sprites contained here. And yeah, there's a bit of latency happens now and again. I think it's just because I'm screen recording and this is quite performance hungry. So that's working. We've got sprites important here. Yeah, it's definitely lagging quite a lot. There's something pulling my GPU about. So so yeah, you can load in different sprite. These are all like C64 Spread 64 based sprite files. I don't know if it will support other ones yet, but I will do that. So sprite data will just be a binary sprite file. It won't come with all the nice things like it will know if it's multicolor or not. I'll give you a checkbox that you can toggle yourself. This one's overrode by what this contains, but I was going to make it so that you can treat that as an override. So that's all working. Oh yeah, the other thing. Oh yeah, apart from the memory all mapped out here, the other thing is if you press O and click, you now have a different origin, so you can make up whole new programming structures here. You can even put sprite there. It will show you that there's a conflict in the address like that when you drag it in, just so that you're aware that something else is using that registered point. It's only when you drag it in you see that. It's just a little handy thing. Same with sprites, same with this sort of stuff. If I import a sprite to here, it shows a conflict between these two addresses. It's quite laggy. I think it's because I'm just screen capturing, and there's some stuff that's quite performance hungry that I'd need to optimize. But yeah, there's our old little cat there, so cute. But this is taking shape. The next macro I want to do is a joystick macro. So it's basically just plug in, joystick, which port, and it will just pick up that data. Then you can then choose how you want to use that data. But this is all nice now. Your org blocks you can drag about wherever you want. The only thing it's fixed is the initialization block, and you press home, you will go back to there. So I'm still optimizing it. Sometimes it's running fast and slow here. It must be some sort of screen capture. But yeah, so to change that, you would just change where you put your, sprite, put it in there, and now it's conflicting with this one. Why is that? Oh yeah, because of this whole block here. But you can change the start address of this to something else, like I don't know. 3000. Right. It should be showing some things here, like there's your org there, 3000, and that's that one, and then there's your initialization one there. But that's pretty much it. I look forward to doing more. Definitely do an update next week with the joystick stuff, and I was going to try and get a sprite to move on the screen and have all these macros in place for you for music and scrolling and things. But it will just take time. I'll build it up over time and stuff like that. And yeah, there's a lot more to be done. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye.